Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following MLB matches that is happening on Monday, September 4th, 2023. We will be providing our team, total and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. Toronto Blue Jays vs Oakland Athletics. Take Toronto Blue Jays run line. And here is why. Toronto enters this game ranked 3rd in the AL East and having won their previous 3-game series on the road against the Rockies. In their most recent 7-5 win, Kevin Gausman got the start for the Blue Jays, throwing 4 innings and allowing 6 hits that resulted in 3 runs, while striking out 5 and walking 3. Toronto then used 5 different arms in relief, with Chad Green getting the win in the 8th and Jordan Romano getting his 32nd save of the season in the 9th. On the offensive end, the Blue Jays totaled 12 hits and 7 runs in the game. Vlad Guerrero Jr., Spencer Horwitz and Ernie Clement had the only multi-hit games for the Blue Jays, with Guerrero Jr. and Horwitz also having the team's only home runs. Overall, it was a solid win for the Blue Jays on the road against a mediocre opponent. The Blue Jays give right-hander Jose Barrios the start for Game 1 in hopes of taking an early series lead on the road against the Athletics. Barrios has had a solid season so far, posting a 9-10 record along with a 3.70 ERA and a 1.22 WHIP in those outings. His most recent start came against the Nationals, in which he threw 6 innings and allowed 6 hits that resulted in 5 runs, while striking out 2 and walking 2. I would expect a better performance from Barrios in his upcoming start against the Athletics, given their struggles on the season. The batting lineup for the Blue Jays has performed relatively well so far, given the team is 13 games over 500 to this point. Bo Bichette leads the team in hits, average, and OBP, with 152 hits and a .314, .344.488 line on the season. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. then leads the team with 21 hits and 82 RBIs, while slashing .266, .341, .439 in his team leading 519 at-bats. George Springer and Whit Merrifield have also performed well so far, but the Blue Jays need to see more production from the rest of their lineup to continue winning games down the stretch. I believe the Blue Jays will secure a victory in this game by a margin greater than 1 run for several compelling reasons. Firstly, they exhibit superior overall performance compared to their opponents. Additionally, they hold a distinct advantage in the starting pitching duel featuring Jose Barrios against Ken Waldichuk. Barrios boasts a season ERA of 3.70 and a WHIP of 1.22, while Waldichuk carries a less impressive 5.92 ERA and a 1.67 WHIP. Considering these compelling factors, I am confident in predicting that the Blue Jays will emerge victorious in this game by a margin exceeding 1 run. Our total pick is over 8.5 runs. And here is why. Taking the over in this game for a couple of reasons. We see a pretty subpar pitching matchup in Game 1, with Toronto's Jose Barrios towing the rubber against the Athletics' Ken Waldichuk. Barrios has a respectable 3.70 ERA and 1.22 WHIP, while Waldichuk has a 5.92 ERA and a 1.67 WHIP himself. These numbers indicate that we should see ample runs in the first 5 innings, with both teams getting their fair share. Both bullpens have also shown a tendency to give up runs in the late innings, so expect some insurance to come in that form. The Blue Jays' batting lineup could very well cover this total themselves, but the Athletics have also performed well as of late, with them sweeping the Angels and hanging up plenty of runs in their past 3 games. In terms of trends, the Blue Jays have gone over in 7 of their past 8 games overall, and the Athletics have gone over in 3 of their past 4 games overall. In addition, when these teams have faced off in the past, they have gone over or pushed in their past 3 matchups, making me all the more confident in taking the over for this game. Colorado Rockies vs Arizona Diamondbacks. Take Arizona minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. Arizona was unable to carry their game win into Saturday's competition, as they were held to just 3 runs on 5 hits. Ketel Marte was the only player for the Diamondbacks to log multiple hits, and he added an RBI as well. Gabriel Moreno added a solo shot in the bottom of the 9th. Slade Ciccone got the nod, and over 3.1 innings, he allowed 6 runs while striking out 4. RHP Merrill Kelly is slated to open the series up for the Diamondbacks. Kelly holds a 10-6 record on the season to go with his 3.31 ERA. He's thrown some of his best when he's on the mound at Chase Field. His home ERA of 2.96 comes with him holding foes to .187 at the plate. Along with that, he's retired 84 batters over 73 innings, averaging just .75 homers allowed per start. During the day, things haven't been as fortuitous for the 34-year-old hurler. He posts his highest throwing split during the day and has allowed more hits than innings pitched. Home runs have still been kept in check, but he's averaging nearly half a walk per inning, which comes out to over 2 per start. In his 2 games against the Rockies this season, Kelly has remained strong. He's held Colorado to .239 at the plate, but has given up only 3 runs in 12 innings. He did give up a homer in each start, but his K rate shot up to 1.25 Ks per inning thrown. He'll look to keep that number going into this contest. Arizona enters this contest with a run differential of -23, which lands them at 18th in baseball. The Diamondbacks are right inside the top half of the league in overall batting average, and they've seen the ball best when in the box at Chase Field. However, less than half their homers this season have come at home. During daytime games, it's been a bit of a different story, as Arizona is hitting just .244 as a collective, their weakest batting split, and have managed just over a third of their total homers. The Diamondbacks have done well to limit strikeouts this season, but that hasn't necessarily translated into their ability to drive runners home. This is a bit surprising, as Arizona sits around the top 10 in extra base hit rate and are in the top half of the league in home run rate. Nevertheless, Arizona sits bottom 10 in their frequency to drive runners home when in scoring position. On the topic of extra base hits, though, Arizona finished August with their fewest monthly extra base hits, and their 25 homers was only slightly better than their low of 23. As a result, the Diamondbacks averaged under 4 runs per game during the 8th month, which is over half a run less than their season average. The Diamondbacks will have the wind at their back with Kelly on the mound, who has held the Rockies to just 3 runs over 12 innings this season. Colorado has struggled at the plate during daytime games this season, and they finished August with a soft batting average as well. Kelly has logged more Ks than innings pitched at home this season. Blatch has been very hittable on the road, and he's allowed a home run in 4 of his last 5 starts. Look for Arizona to control this game. Our total pick is over 8.5 runs. And here is why. With the Rockies' troubles at the plate, they have still found ways to drive runners home, and they sit top 5 in doubles hit per game. The Diamondbacks strike out at one of the fewest rates in the league, and well over half their extra base hits have come at home this season. Kelly has been strong at home, though he's proven vulnerable during daytime games, as he has allowed more hits than innings thrown. Likewise, Blatch has given up 9 runs over his last 3 starts and has given up 3 homers in 3 daytime starts. Expect to see runs here. Seattle Mariners vs Cincinnati Reds. Take Seattle Mariners money line. And here is why. Seattle lost their most recent contest to the New York Mets by a score of 6-3. Dominic Hansen had a pair of hits and RBI, including a homer on the day, while Mike Ford had a homer and a walk. Cal Raleigh had a pair of walks, but nobody else got on base more than twice for the Mariners in the defeat. George Kirby only went 3 innings and gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits while striking out 3 batters. Cal Raleigh leads the squad with 25 home runs on the year, but Julio Rodriguez has a team-high 88 RBIs. Tom Murphy is also the only player with a batting average above .290, but J.P. Crawford has a .388 OBP, highest on the team. However, Tom Murphy also takes the cake in slugging, .538, and ops, .873. We all know of Julio Rodriguez's power, but he currently leads the unit in steals with 36. Luis Castillo is looking like the ace of the staff for the Mariners, with a 3.19 ERA in 28 starts, while also leading the team in strikeouts with 183. With the departure of Paul Sewald, Andres Munoz leads the squad with 11 saves in 14 opportunities. Along with Sewald, the Marines traded away A.J. Pollock and Mark Mathias, while acquiring Edward Bizzardo, Trent Thornton, and a few prospects to their farm system. Brian Wu is the projected starter for the Mariners in this contest. So far on the year, he has compiled a 4.15 ERA and a 1.17 WHIP to match. In his 13 starts, he has a 2-3 record with 68 strikeouts and 65 innings pitched. While he struggled in July, his 3 starts in August were fantastic, with an average ERA of a 1.69. In his last start against the Athletics, Wu threw 6 shutout innings and struck out 5 while walking 1. 9 players are listed on the injury report for Seattle, including Murphy, White, Kelenic, and Robbie Ray. While White and Kelenic are set to return sometime in September, the rest mentioned before are out indefinitely or for the season. Cincinnati has actually been worse at home as opposed to on the road, and Seattle has proven they can win on the road. Wu is coming into form at the right time, and I trust Seattle's offense to score more than the Reds. The Mariners quietly have the second least number of runs given up in the American League, and the Reds have lost 6 of their last 10 games. In a tight division race in the AL West, along with the Reds losing a brutal contest against their main wild card competitor, I give the edge to Seattle wanting it more and having more momentum. Our total pick is under. And here is why. The odds makers have not posted the total yet, but Wu has done well enough for me to take the under, assuming it's at least 8 runs. Aside from their most recent game, Cincinnati has scored 4 runs or less in their last 7 contests in a row. Meanwhile, Seattle has scored 18 runs in their last 5 games, averaging a little over 3.5 runs per game. I expect Cincinnati to have whatever home atmosphere they can muster up behind them in a pivotal moment for both teams.